corporations that produce and sell standardized tests and test prep materials. Pearson Company, as she mentioned, was awarded a $32 million contract from the New York State Education Department to oversee its testing system. That's $30 million of taxpayer money with no local input and no oversight, going into the hands of a corporate entity. That's money moving away from cash-strapped schools. Who else benefits? Political leaders who listen to lobbyists and rely on contributions from corporations such as Pearson, whose testing system will be used to place a number next to each student, teacher, and school in New York State. This number is designed not to improve our schools, but to rank them, and ultimately will eliminate our most experienced teachers. Think about it. All you need to know about our new evaluation system comes down to two facts. Fact number one, standardized test scores and standardized test scores alone will be used to determine teacher competence. Fact number two, teachers in private schools are exempted from the new teacher evaluation system, so only public schools will bear the brunt of this new legislation. Under these policies, class sizes are increasing and educators are being laid off while school buildings continue to deteriorate. So, corporations, lobbyists, and politicians benefit from the destruction of public education. Why does it matter? Why should we care? We should care because a vibrant public education must exist so that all children have the opportunity to a good public education. Private schools remain options for those people who can afford to opt out of standardized testing. For the wealthy, for the 1%, public education is not an issue. From their perspective, who needs public education anyway? Think about it. If all students have access to high-quality education, not test preparation, but real education, all children will learn to become critical thinkers. And if this happens, our democracy gets stronger, and we elect ethical leaders who enact policies that lead to social and economic equity. Policies that benefit people, not corporations and the politicians who are beholden to them. Think about it. Because if there is one thing that standardized, test-driven reformers don't want you to do, it is to think. Really think about the future of education. Students are more than test scores. Teaching cannot be reduced to a number. Hours, days, and months of learning cannot be quantified and scaled as rankings. And the purpose of education is diminished when it is equated, as some reformers suggest, to lifetime earnings. Education cannot be reduced to our earnings. The purpose of education is not to create global laborers working to maximize corporate profit. We are educating people, citizens committed to making our communities, our nation, and our world a better place. So before you vote, think about it. Before your children take another standardized test, think about it. And if you value education, public education, unite and stand up against corporate reform. Contact your friends, neighbors, educators, and political leaders and let them know exactly what you think about it. Underscoring the power of individual and collective resistance, like what we see here, President Kennedy, in a speech delivered in South Africa in 1966, said, "Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current, which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. Let today begin that ripple of hope." Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julie. Okay, so now, Billy, it's your turn. So we have Billy Easton, who's the Executive Director of Alliance for Quality Education.